So the Golden State Warriors have now played 9 straight games without Steph Curry, and while some players like Brandon Pajemski and Guy Santos, the list goes on, their stock has risen, well, other players like Draymond Green, their stock is dropping fast. So in this video, because I'm a Warriors fan and this is my channel, I'm going to talk about why the biggest problem for the Warriors is not Steph Curry's injury. It's not Kristaps Porzingis being sick all the time, even though that's pretty annoying. It's Draymond Green. This season, Draymond Jamal Green, I bet you didn't know his middle name is Jamal, is averaging 8 points per game, 9 points actually will round up for him, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Now you're like, what's wrong with that? That's fine, those are Draymond Green numbers. He's been doing that for decades now. Well, it's the eye test. The eye test is what's absolutely disgusting, especially as someone who watches Draymond Green every single night when he's on the floor, and watches him when he's not on the floor, which is actually even more telling. Now, no one's talking about his defense. His defense has always been amazing. If he was healthy and he's played the right amount of games for it, which I'm not sure if he has or not, but he would probably make all NBA for all defensive teams. Sorry. He'd probably make all defensive teams. But it's the offense. The offense has been dropping off every single year, and it looks especially bad without Steph Curry. We know that Draymond's value comes from passing. It comes from regulating the offense when Steph Curry is on the floor, but when Steph Curry is not on the floor, not only does the offense suffer because Steph Curry is literally the system of the Warriors, but it also suffers because Draymond Green thrives in that environment. And when Steph Curry is not in that environment, he understandably struggles. Okay, let me just show you what I'm talking about here from the box scores. So the Warriors have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games without Steph Curry. Let's look at the games that Draymond Green played in it. So 76ers versus Warriors. The Warriors lost this game, minus 27, okay? Warriors versus Suns. Draymond Green, -1. They won this game, but keep in mind that this was the game when he was benched down the stretch in Phoenix. Then we have Warriors versus Lakers. They lost this game. He was a +11 in this game, so he had a good game, but he only played 33 minutes as well, which is still a lot, but let's just say that's an outlier, okay? They won this game against the Memphis Grizzlies. He was a -17. He also got benched in this game. You can see he only played 24 minutes. And so the Warriors won this game as well. We're starting to see a little bit of a pattern here. We see Spurs versus Warriors. This was the last game before the All-Star break. Draymond Green did play this game. He was a -5. And then we have Celtics versus Warriors, which was -28, which was the worst +- on the team. And remember, this Celtics game was when Kristaps Porzingis made his debut for the Warriors, and Steve Kerr said that he was trying to match up his minutes with Draymond Green, and that's what we saw. The defense was bad, the offense was bad, everything was bad when Kristaps Porzingis and Draymond Green shared the floor together, and that's just another reason why he has been such a big problem for the Warriors, because players struggle to adjust their game in order to play with him. And so we saw that with Kristaps. It was a small sample size, but it was still really, really bad. You could see in the -28 in the box score. And then we get Nuggets versus Warriors. This was the game that we played without Draymond Green. It was one of the best wins of the season, and we won. Warriors versus Pelicans. This is the game that I want to show you some clips from, and we'll look at it in a second. But Draymond Green was actually a +8 in this game, but the eye test was really, really bad, and they lost this game as well. The reason why he was a +8 in this game rather than a ± is because of his defense on Zion and other players on the Pelicans. Because he is Draymond Green, obviously he's going to have amazing defense, and he showed up for this game in that way. But the rest of it on offense was just absolutely disgusting. And then we have this game, which they just played yesterday, and they won without him. Okay, so simply by looking at the box scores for all the games that Draymond played without Steph Curry, we see negative box scores, so he has a negative impact objectively. But subjectively, let's look at the eye test as well with some clips. Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh, it's ±, like no one pays attention to ±, that's not a real stat, but this is Draymond Green we're talking about. We can't look at the raw numbers, the raw stats, because he's going to be 8, 5, and 6 all the time. So in order to look at what impact he's actually having on the game, ± makes a lot more sense here, and that ± has been really horrible. Okay, so this is a clip from the Boston Celtics game where he was a -28. So we have him standing at the top of the key. Spacing is not bad here, okay? We have Neemias Queta is somewhat up on him. It's fine, but he's holding the ball, okay? Let's see what happens. He passes it to Anthony Mountain, dribbles it into the paint, passes it. He struggles to catch the ball, and then he tries to go up against a center who's obviously way bigger than him. Completely misses the layup, doesn't even hit the rim. And then I'm not going to show you all the threes that he missed because he missed a lot of threes in this game. Okay, let's just say he was having a bad shooting night, whatever. But now he's not even going to get the ball here, okay? But we have Pat Spencer. He's going to set a screen for Pat Spencer right here, okay? We see that. And then let's pause it right here. Derek White and Kata are not even paying attention to Draymond Green because he's not a threat at all. He doesn't have the ball, and so now both of them are focused on Pat Spencer. Derek White is right up all in Pat Spencer's space because why do we need to even care about Draymond Green? The spacing is just awful here, and so Pat Spencer takes a tough shot, doesn't make it, boom, another offensive possession lost. Then we also get plays like this. So Draymond gets the ball, he tries to make a bad pass because what are you doing trying to pass the ball over Kata's arms, who's like literally 7 foot, and Derek White is an amazing defender, so everyone can see that this play is going to happen. But he tries too hard to make that perfect cute pass to Guy Santos, and boom, turnover. That gets the Boston Celtics rolling to the other end. Okay, now I want to show you clips from the Pelicans game, which they were absolutely not guarding Draymond at all. Let me just show you. Alright, so here's the Pelicans game. This is at the very beginning. We're 0-2, so Draymond's obviously going to try to attempt so many threes because he always does that at the beginning of every game. He hasn't been making them as of late, really. So you see him get the ball here. Let's just look at how much space. Let's look at how much space there is. This whole space in the middle, wide open. DeAndre Jordan is not going to get out there because it's Draymond Green, and we don't respect Draymond Green on offense. Boom. Takes the three, absolutely breaks it. And then you're like, okay, if the three's not working, then what's the other way that you can contribute on offense, Draymond Green, other than passing? What's the other way that you can score? Well, he sets a pick, rolls, boom, gets blocked by DeAndre Jordan, who's like 40 years old at this point. Passes it back out. Brandon Pajemski goes in. Draymond tries again, misses it again. Okay, now I feel like this video has become a hate video for Draymond Green, but that's really not what it is. I'm just trying to show how bad his offense is and how bad the spacing is because of it. And so I do want to show you what it looks like without Draymond Green on the floor. So I'm going to show you clips from the Suns game. I'm going to show you clips from the Grizzlies game that they just played. Yes, this is not against the best teams in the league, but it still goes to show you how different the offense is without him on the floor. Okay, so this is a clip from the Suns game down the stretch when Draymond Green was not on the floor. So we have Melton driving in, right? Let's pause and look at it here. Guy Santos, he's being guarded by Royce O'Neal, he can shoot. So he's not going to cheat off him as much. He's just looking at the ball to see if he needs help or not. And then we have Moses Moody, who's being guarded by Dillon Brooks. He's just watching the ball, but he's not cheating off of him because Moses Moody is a certified shooter. Pat Spencer, he can make a shot. So we have Colin Gillespie over here not paying attention as well. So then, let's see what happens. Passes the ball over to Horford. He has a size advantage. Also has to stay on up against D'Anthony Melton because we don't know what he's going to do. Al Horford goes right in. He's a baby. Makes the shot. This would have never happened if Draymond Green was on the floor because, one, he might have missed the shot against Goodwin down here, or he might have never gotten the ball because he would have been at the key, not posting up like Al Horford is. Okay, and then the last clip I want to show you is from the Grizzlies game yesterday. And let's just look at what happens when there's 4 to 5 shooters on the floor, okay? So sometimes the Warriors play Gary Payton II and Draymond Green, which is 2 non-shooters on the floor. This game, Gary Payton II was making threes, so let's just say that all 5 of them are shooters in this game, okay? So we have the ball, swing, over to Pat Spencer. Okay, let's just look at that spacing again. So Horford to Moody to Pat Spencer. Look at how wide open the floor is. All because all of these guys are respected on offense. And I didn't even mention the fact that yesterday, 9 out of 10 Warriors scored in double digits, so everybody was eating on offense. And that's because Draymond Green is not taking up space and taking these weird-ass layups, these weird-ass three-point shots, and just chucking shots up there when that's not his game, and he's just trying too hard to make an impact on offense. He knows that he needs to make an impact on offense, and he's struggling to do so because the more he tries, the more he fails. So what do the Warriors do with Draymond Green? Well, personally, I think that as long as Steph Curry is out, Draymond Green should either be out or he should come off the bench. He cannot play that many minutes for a team that doesn't have Steph Curry. It just doesn't work. It's the same thing as with Gary Payton II. At least Gary Payton II can make his 3-ball sometimes. Draymond Green can do so every once in a while, but if he's not making his 3-ball, come off the bench. Or don't even play that game. Sit out and just say you have some injury, like all these other taking teams are doing. But when Steph Curry comes back, he needs to be playing the exact same minutes as Steph Curry, match those minutes together, and that's the only way that the Warriors can maybe solve this Draymond Green problem. Now that's the short-term solution. In the long term, it's time for the Warriors to get off the Draymond Green contract. He is making too much money for what he is right now. He's taking up too much space on the team, not allowing us to do anything else contractually, and so it's time to get off of the Draymond Green contract, whether that's in the offseason or whether that's reformulating his contract into something a little bit more team-friendly if he wants to stay on the team, or if it really comes to it, trading him. You know, all good things come to an end, and even though we enjoyed the Draymond Green era in Golden State, he helped us get so many championships, I think it's unfortunately come to an end for him and Steph Curry together. Alright, so those are my thoughts on the whole Draymond Green situation, my whole rant on that. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys think on this whole situation with the Warriors, and I'll see you guys in the next one.